Not so gentleman's brothers. Given the times we live in, I kind of piss you off. I got something special to take your mind off that. A vertical tasting of Mucho Delicioso Red Impacts. I gotta tell you though, fellas are worried about these. If you missed out on them, machine more. I see a red drill and I want it painted black. Yeah. Ah! Most expensive part of the whole operation here, the Dear John box. I told you can learn a lot about a fella on account of what he reads, or in my case, doesn't read. We'll just set that aside. Nobody saw nothing. Isn't it funny how those old rock and rollers like Mick Jagger, you figure working class hero, anti-establishment badass, you get a little older and you find out they're all feckless twats. What come out of the jazz dance routine. Want it painted black. Whilst that one's a drying, we still got to name it. We'll have a look at the older one and the middling one. One ramps up quite a bit slower to full speed. This one, right away, gives her. This style of lens, LED, and light pipe. And then this guy got the 3 all around, quite a bit brighter. This one doesn't feel as good in the hand, even though I'm using the Stranger. This one feels more skookum, and it looks more skookum as well, with the rearwards affixations. On the right, the oldest in my guesstimation, is a catalog number 2553-20. To the left of it is a catalog number 3453-2. And the older, in my guesstimation again, made by Milwaukee Tool, China, PRC. And the 3553 skiers left, made in Mexico. And the brand spanking new Fuel Surge, no idea where it's made, murdered right out. There ought to be what we call in the trade some clues as to how old these are. There'll be some mold markings here. This one's on 21/1, December 2021. That was molded, if I'm not incorrect. And this guy, there'll also be on the PCB board, there'll be some revisions, numbers. And this guy, hidden. Let's try the other half of the clamshell. There we go. Going cockeyed here. You looking at me or are you looking for me? 2022. 22/5. January, February, March, April. So this older version on Skier's Right is a little less skookum. There's some optimization happening for skookumness on the newer version. There was no cost engineering. It doesn't seem to be a factor of cost engineering, as witnessed by the fact we have a bellows, no bellows over here, completely potted encapsulated PCB. Here, nothing. No mitigation for conformal coat and no mitigation for ingress of water. It appears as though, however, there is better heat sinking on the back of these MOSFETs. Yeah, the light far better on the newer version than the older version. Must be quite a bit more expensive because they have cost optimized and gone back to the light pipe on the top of the line M12 Fuel Surge driver. This, in my little podunk town, was hard to get my dirty dick beaters on. Sold right out. A young fella used to work for me here, helping around the shop, and by the Jesus, I'm so glad he's gone. Both of I get this feeling like I want to help young fellas out, and then they get here, and I can't get rid of them, and they're invariably so bloody dumb, make your eyes bleed. I was so glad to see the back of those young fellas now that they're all polished up and off on her. The one fella, he turned gay on me. Turned out to be an elk chicken. I read books. I sit down when I pee so I don't have to pick up all the splatter. I sometimes even cross my legs when I smoke a cigar. I don't say that disparagingly on account of being one big black cock on my face away from being gay myself. Speaking of which, these are elk chicken tools, because I wasn't convinced about the surge until I had to do some residential wiring. And residential elk chickenery is so janky. All the fasteners are friggy and farty, and you really need that Lee Trevino feather touch. So I got some of these, and now I'm a convert. And the other fella, he finished his engineering degree. He was kind of dicking around in his father's basement. I tried to get him to, well, he took the MCATs, but I tried to get him to go into med school because lots of money and not that much for, you know, there's some options there. I'm just trying to make you electricians feel comfortable. Make sure that you know that you're welcome here. Unironically, too filthy to stick. Yeah, the young fella's down in San Francisco. It's a bit of a theme happening there. Working for Biomed, son of a little bastard. He'll probably hit a grand slam right off the hop there, getting in on the bottom floor before the IPO. Hopefully he remembers me around beer o'clock. But probably not. You know what those little bastards are like. Thank fuck they're gone. There you go. Murdered out Ryobi. Nobody will ever steal it now. Scoot go. Little cock. It's a grower, not a shower. This one ramps up faster than the old one, but slower than the Midland. And it's still got this goofy membrane switch for changing modes. Yeah, this one was molded in 24. May 2024. In the 2021 version, they have the Marquardt switch. In the 2022 version, they have the bellows, non the Marquardt switch, some other version. And in the new version, they have the Marquardt switch with the non-bellows. The PCBs look identical, virtually identical, on the 2001 version, 21 rather, and the 24 version. However, the test points are different, and some of the components, although they have the same footprint, are different. The number on the board, interestingly, is exactly the same. Same revision number and everything. However, it's clearly not the same. It has been revised. So whether or not they're interchangeable, likely the signaling's the same. In the Surge hydraulic drive model, the gearbox, the entirety of the gearbox is metal. And in the standard issue impactor, it's nylon, 6/6 glass fiber reinforced, if I had to guess, which I do. We'll get this back together and I'll show you why the hydraulic drive feature is so fantastic for doing finicky stuff. If and you like tool repairs as a fella, an Irishman, makes a living, of all things, repairing tools. Maybe a dying breed. But I don't know him from Adam, so don't take this as a character witness or nothing. But he does have proper dirty hands and gives a shit about fixing tools. And there are some tools what he does not available so much in North America, like the Bosches and the kind of some oddballer ones. If you like that sort of thing, check out his channel. This is Sean Doherty. So what you do is you stick her in. Oh, I forgot the tab. Forgot the tab. What you do is you stick her in tickle mode. One. Now you get yourself the teeny tiny taint adapter. Yeah. Oh. Wrong one. And it's real quiet. Then the impacts are quite smooth and subtle, so it lessens your chance of breaking the fastener right off. Let me show you. And then when you need it, it's still got enough jam to drive a proper screw. So that's the Elec Chicken's weapon of choice, the 12 volt with the surge hydraulic drive, whisper quiet, also good for cabinetry and installating little finicky things, car stereos if anybody still does that. There you have it. Thanks for watching. Keep your digging advice.